Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Today's flavor is Caribou S'mores Cabin, and it's really good. I'm going to have it with chocolate creamer. It's going to be 89 degrees today, a little too warm for my taste, but I know some of you get into the hundreds, so I guess I shouldn't complain. But we rarely get to 100 degrees here, knock on wood. Upper 90s is not unusual, but 100, that's just too much. Too much. So I guess I shouldn't complain about our weather here in Ohio. I don't like winter. I never have. But if it's a mild winter, it's not too bad. I mean, we've been noted to get a lot of snow some years. I mean, several feet. But most of the time, it's just maybe, anywhere from 3 to 5 inches, sometimes more. So, yesterday, I didn't really get anything done in the dining room. My kid's dad, I still cut his hair, and he asked if I could give him a haircut. So he came over and we had a visit, and I cut his hair, and so I didn't get much of anything else done. But it was really nice to not have to scramble to get my dishes done or my stuff put away off the table. It was already all nice and neat and clean. Now, I don't like dirty dishes in my sink, but sometimes it happens. You know, if the dishwasher is full and I haven't run it yet or I haven't emptied it yet, then I'll get dishes in the sink. But usually I just like to do them as I use them. But it was nice not to have to do that, and But anyway, I did not get anything done in the dining room, which is fine, because like I said, I'm giving myself a month, and even though I had planned to have July as the dining room month, there's still a couple little things that need to be done, nothing major. So I'll try and get to those today because I'm not planning on going anywhere. But I think maybe tomorrow I'll go visit my mom. We'll see. But one day this week I got to get to my mom's house. See if she needs anything for shopping. She has a lot of stuff. She was, always prepared with extra food too. So... and she has a freezer, and I still have some things in the freezer over there. Not much, just stuff that maybe takes up one shelf, but I don't have room here yet to bring it over. And that's one of the reasons why I can't empty my freezers, because I kept bringing things over from my mom's house to get that stuff out of her freezer. And the reason it ended up there, for those of you that don't know, is because my old freezer broke, and I didn't want the food to be ruined, and my mom had an extra freezer. So she said, put your food in here. And then in the meantime, I still had extra food because it was a bigger freezer than what I have now. I went from a 13 cubic foot freezer to a 5 cubic foot freezer, because I figured as a single person that should be enough. But I'm still cooking down what I had a good, year and a half, 2 years later. So anyway, cheers. Yeah, that's very good. So anyway, with the food, having a stash of food does have its downside too. Like freezer food, for instance, and having power outages, you could lose a lot of food. Then I had the issue with the mice that got in, so that was an issue. So storing food in your house can have its downside. But if you're going through a disastrous time, weather or a health problem or whatever, it really a nice thing to have extra food. So I carry on with it and I keep doing what I'm doing, but I am working on cooking it down. But it saved me a lot of money the last couple years, so I could pay off my debt and take care of some other things that needed to be done with my house. So I guess there's more positives than negatives to storing food. So, all right, well, I'm going to enjoy my coffee, and I will meet you over there at the budget book. Okay, back at my budget book. Yesterday I didn't spend any money, didn't go anywhere, didn't buy anything on Amazon. I'm waiting for a couple of orders to arrive. During one of these Red X days, I ordered a decorative plate for my dining room, for the gallery wall that I created. And I'm waiting for that, and I'm also waiting for the decorative thumbtacks so that I can finish up putting the curtain over my notebooks that are in there. So those should be coming today, but we'll see. It seems like Amazon has a lot of delays anymore. They used to be really good. You know, you'd have your stuff the next day, but no more. Now it takes longer, but it still beats having to go to 20 different stores trying to find what you want. So the internet does have some perks. It's got a lot of bad things that happens, but it does have a lot of good things too. Like if you're looking for information about something, you can usually find it. And you don't need to go to the library all the time, although I like to go to the library. It's something to do, and I enjoy it. So I haven't been in a long time, actually, but I've been busy doing other things that are a little more productive. But I'll get back to it at some point, but not right now. So I'm not planning on going anywhere today. I really do want to do a couple things in the dining room still. Tomorrow is, Today is the last day of July. Sometimes you lose track when you're home a lot. But I won't get it all done. It involves a lot of painting and staining. Not a lot, but you know, it requires making a mess is what it is. And right now the room is not a mess at all. So you kind of drag your feet when you have to, mess it up. So anyway, I'm okay with what I spent this month, and I have to pay bills today, so that'll be fine. I like paying my bills online. I don't, do it via snail mail anymore. I haven't done that in years, in many, many years. I like my bank app for a lot of different things. So I know some older people, like my ex-husband, he still pays his bills, as far as I know, by check. He mails everything out. So he's not very computer savvy, so he had no interest in learning much about it either. So, but whatever suits your needs, or you do you. And we all get on the way we best can. And a lot of older people I know, they have a system that works for them, even though it may not be the most modern, as long as it works and it's okay. So, but when there's new things that come out, I at least like to check it out and see if it's for me. And if not, then I don't do it. And if it is, then it's like, yeah, that works great. So not much else going on with the budget book. I can't think of a whole lot of things that I still need to buy to get my house in order by the holidays. I think I have everything gathered. The only other thing that maybe I'll do before the holiday is put up the brick wallpaper in the living room. I still haven't made up my mind 100% on that. I'm like at 75% that I'll do it, but I don't want to order the stuff yet. But I will go on Amazon and see how much I need and what the cost will be. And because sometimes the sellers just disappear. If you find a good deal and you don't order it, then it may not be available down the road. So I don't want that to happen, because I think this wallpaper that I found is very realistic. So I do want to make sure that if I'm going to do that wall, that I have what I need. So, okay, folks, that's it on the budget book today. And I don't know. We'll see what else the day brings. I have this really pretty picture frame that I've had for many years. Never did anything with it. It still has the generic pictures in it. And I want to hang that up in my dining room to balance the new painting that I bought, the new print. So I want to put that over on the other side. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at all my garden books, and I want to find some little pictures that pick up the colors of my dining room, and I'm going to put those in there instead. So I'm sure that'll turn out nice, and it'll pick up some more of the colors in the dining room. And there's my helper. Right, I found the perfect picture in one of my gardening books. It'll pick up the colors of the walls and the decor in the dining room, and it's all on one sheet. It worked out perfectly. So that's what I'm going to put in the frame. Well, here's this morning's breakfast. I have a lot of bread I have to use up. And I had an open pizza sauce that I have to use up before it goes bad. I had some pizza cheese I need to use up. This is an everything bagel. So I figured I would make some pizza bites. So that is what's for breakfast, brunch, this morning. Well, I'm staining some of these baskets that I don't like the color of. And I had this stain from Mark's that I bought for under $1. It's been sitting in my garage. So I'm staining it with that, and I don't mind that some of the light comes through here. I'm only going to do one coat. So this is the original color of the basket. I'm not going to do the inside. I just tested it there. So I like it. I like it much better, this color, for this room than this color. So I'm going to go ahead and do all these baskets, and that'll be my project for the day. I hung up my painting, so I like it. And then over here I hung up the other painting. It's kind of hard to see with the glare, but this one's a little smaller because I have this plant here. So I like it. I like the way it turned out. So that's what I'm working on today, trying to finish up the dining room. And like I said, I am not a minimalist, so I like my stuff. I was really dreading staining these baskets. So what I'm doing is I am just staining the parts that I can see, And I just have a brush like this. I tried using a brush like this. It didn't go well. That didn't work. So now I just got one of these, and it's really easy. I didn't even take the stuff out of the baskets. So normally I just fiddle fart around because, you know, you want to have it perfect. But I like the way this is turning out. It looks very rustic. And it shows some of the lighter color. I don't know if you can see that, but so it only takes me like 10 minutes to paint a basket. So I have, after this one, I have one more to go, and then of course I have to wait until they dry. But yeah, I was really dreading this chore, and I thought, you know, I'm just going to go for it. I'm not painting the bottom of it. I'm only painting what you can see. So I think that looks fine. At least you know, it's good enough for what I want it for. It takes some of that real light color away that I didn't like. I like these baskets, but I didn't like the colors they were. So this is really easy. So sometimes you tend to make things more complicated than they need to be. At least I do that. I don't know if you do that too. But there you go, easy peasy. And the inside's still the same, and nobody sees that anyway except me when I go look at things. So one more little place over here. You can't see this, but I want to get this finished before I turn the camera off. So yeah, that works great. And all I have to do now is let these dry. And a chore I was really not looking forward to ended up being way easier than what I anticipated, because I let go of my, it has to be perfect mindset. So there we go. I feel like it looks so much better with the colors in the room, because this room is very moody. It has a lot of dark colors, and I love it. So these baskets just didn't go with it at all. These baskets would go with something with, you know, light and airy and bright. So anyway, that's that. So I gotta let these dry, and I think that's all I'm gonna do today. I still have to paint with some black chalk paint, the faux fireplace and the bookcase, but I'm not doing that today. This is my project for the day. All right, well, I wanted to give you an update on this under appliance vacuum thing. Well, it's really big, like really big, and it does not fit under my refrigerator or under my dryer. It does fit under my stove and the washer, and it fits under some of the furniture. But I have two different vacuums where you know, the mechanism, the motor is up at the top. And neither one of them fit this very well. Now this thing is rubber, so it's very flexible, and I wouldn't recommend this personally. Now if you have something like a shop vac, you know, with the tube does fit. So if you have that kind of an attachment, you could probably use it, but it does not fit either one of my, I don't even know what you'd call them. You know, they're like the Dyson ones that they convert into a handheld one. It doesn't fit either one of those. I find that on the vacuum, the nozzle is too short, and this one you definitely need a long nozzle to fit in, so I wouldn't recommend this. I mean, I'm going to use it with my vacuum hose connector thing. So I'll use it with that, and it does fit under the furniture, but it's really big and it flops around because this is rubber, so it kind of flops around a lot. So it's definitely not worth the price of it. That's all I can say about that. So, like I said, I will use it if you have like a vacuum cleaner with a hose kind of thing. It'll fit on the hose. So, you know, it's up to you whether you want to give it a shot or not. But I wouldn't recommend it. I would not purchase it again. Well, my table's a mess again because I'm working. But here's the baskets. I think they turned out really well. Here's another basket. Looks so much better than the light stuff that it was. So I'm happy with that. And it really wasn't that big of a project. Now if I wanted to make them even darker, I'd have to put a second coat on. But this is fine. Yeah, it doesn't need to be any darker. What are you doing? I have to clean all this up. These are burned up candles, and some of them are new candles, and I just stuck everything right on top of there. So that's a mess. I need to clean up. So that's a pile. But first I want to finish doing what I'm doing in the dining room. So I have this one panel hung here, and one roll, I have 10-foot ceilings, and one roll does not go all the way to the bottom, but that's a short roll. So I have to figure out how much of this I need. So it's, I'm still on the fence about it. I like it. I've got it upside down too. I like it, but I haven't made up my mind 100% yet. Well, it's 4:30 already, so I have to start thinking about some dinner. I'm glad I got those baskets done because that was really bugging me. So, and it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. So anyway, I'm disappointed about that under the appliance thing, but I know some of you were thinking about getting it too. So, no, I would not order it again. So I was looking through my garden books, magazines that I've had for years, and I like to keep those for gardening ideas, but as I'm looking at them, it's like, oh, I would love that in the backyard, and I would love that in the backyard, and so it's giving me all these ideas, which I know I'm not going to do, but I always wanted like a waterfall and a pond and all that stuff, but I can't do those things back here. But I'm happy with my little fountain that I have. Guess who? I'm happy with my little fountain that I have on my deck. Oh boy. Anyway, yeah, they're entertaining, all right. So now I have to think about what I want to do for next year in the garden, but I definitely am going to be cutting back, making my life easier. No more big, huge backyard projects for this girl. The biggest project I'm going to have going on is my deck, but I'm not doing the work for that. Well, I'll have to take my stuff off the deck, but other than that, I just want to make it easy. I want it still to look nice, and I still want to work in the garden, but not like I've done in the past. It's just too much. It's too physically taxing on me, and by the time I do what I have to do, lifting soil, lifting this, lifting that, it just gets to be too heavy, and then I pay for it for the next few days, and I don't want to do that anymore. That's not pleasant. So it's not that I'm lazy or getting lazy. It's just I have to figure out what works and what doesn't work for me. So working on a room at a time is working out really well for me so far. Giving myself a month to get each room done. I have, I think I counted 12 rooms altogether. Now that includes bathrooms and, you know, everything. So that's a lot of rooms. So I should be able to get it all primo done within a year. And most of the rooms down here are pretty much done. I mean, there's always something that you have to straighten out or declutter or organize. Because I've done my kitchen cupboards several times. The living room, there's nothing left to purge. I've done all the purging in here that I want to do. I don't want to get rid of any more books. I still have some DVDs and stuff like that, which I don't want to get rid of. Down the road, I may want to watch a movie or something because there's so much garbage on the TV. I mean, even the apps that you pay for, there's so much garbage. It's just all not very appealing. You know, it's like all they want to do is push an agenda. I don't want an agenda pushed on me when I'm trying to relax and watch TV. I just don't, I'm not interested in that. So, you know, some of the older movies are nice. I don't like real old movies, but, you know, the movies from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, they're nice. So, and besides that, I have DVDs and even the 8-track tapes that I have painting tutorials on. So I will keep those. So like I said, in the living room there's nothing left to purge, and the only thing I've got going on in here is if I decide to put up the brick or repaint one of these days, because this room has been the same color for about 17 years now. So I have to decide what I want for dinner. I have some pasta cooked up. I could make potato salad because I cooked a couple extra potatoes that I'm trying to cook up before they go bad. What else do I have? I have a lot of cheese. So I don't know. I'll pick something and see what I come up with. So, all right, well, I'm going to go take a look in the fridge and in the freezer and see what I'm going to have for dinner. All right, well, I think I'm going to have an Italian feast for dinner. So I have cooked pasta here, elbow pasta. I have shredded pizza cheese. I have 3 cheese, shredded cheese. I have 2 chicken tenders left. I have some pizza sauce left. And I have this Parmesan Romano garlic bread that I got at Aldi's for 99 cents. And that's frozen. So I'm going to make myself an Italian dinner. Now I don't have any lettuce, so I don't need that. I do have cucumber and zucchini and peppers. I could make a salad out of that, but I'm going to skip a salad for today and just make a dinner with what I have on hand here. So cooking on the freezer and the refrigerator and trying to reduce some of the food inventory that I have. All right, well, I'm going to put this together and I'll be back. Here is tonight's dinner. I have garlic bread, my pasta with cheese on top. I sprinkled a little bit of Italian seasoning on there. And I made like a chicken parm out of the Beyond Chicken that I had. So that looks like a great dinner to me. And I have some kombucha. So that's what's for dinner tonight. And I still have a tiny bit of pizza sauce left. So I could make one more bagel, or I could put some of the pizza sauce on the garlic bread and make like a pizza out of what's left of that, because I still have a piece in the freezer. So trying to think of things that I have that I can eat and not waste food. So there we go. Looks good to me. Well, all right. Dinner was good, and that's all I have for you today, my friends. So I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. We had Chloe join us. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helps my channel grow. You guys want a treat? Don't forget to share. And thanks for watching. Is that what you want? Okay, all right.